How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
It's Friday night basketball on SummitCitySports.com as we bring you the second game of our doubleheader here tonight between the visiting team, the Bishop Dwenger Saints, and the home team, the Southside Archers. Bishop Dwenger comes into this game 6-6, 2-3 in conference play. They're coached by Matt Kostoff. He has 221 and 171 and has 18 years as a head coach of Bishop Dwenger. They average 58 points a game. They score that many, and they only give up 51, so a very good defensive team for Coach Kostoff this year. For Southside, they are 4-7 overall in the season, 2-3 in conference play. They are coached by Coach Mike Neville. He's in his 7th year here at the high school. He is 52 and 87. He is 312 and 403 and 31 years of coaching high school basketball. We're about ready to meet the starters for both teams. Earlier tonight we saw the Lady Archers win on senior night for the girls as they defeated Dwenger 45-40 behind 16 points from Denise Chapman. Both teams are returning to their bench. You're watching high school basketball brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, Parkview Sports Medicine, Sports Center Inc., and SummitCitySports.com. Both teams now getting ready to introduce the starters. First of all, for Bishop Dwenger. Nice crowd tonight here at Southside. Haven't seen a crowd this electric at Southside. I've been here 5 times, and we are all nearly to capacity here at Southside High School. It's nice to see the support tonight out here as these two teams get ready to battle. And they got a good one out of their seniors a little earlier on the girls' side as they were victorious 45-40. The Archers mascot is out tonight. He's checking out the student section as they get ready to start this game. Yeah, the crowd fired up a little bit earlier at halftime of the girls' game. They actually had a contest. The person that won the ticket draw was able to smash a pie in the face of a teacher of their choice. And the person that won was Dennis Johnson. He won for Southside, and he smashed the face into one of the teachers. So Dwenger's starting with a 3-guard system tonight. So Bishop Dwenger, their starters will be as follows. Number 22, a sophomore, Hayden Smithley. At guard, number 4, Campbell Donovan. At guard, a senior, number 3, Conlon Martin. At guard, number 10, a senior, Jack Pettenberg. And at center, a junior, number 25, Lucas Lehrman. For Southside, they will start at point guard, number 1, Mikhail Stevenson. At the other guard, number 12, a junior, Courtney Shorter. At forward, their leading scorer, number 21, Trajan Didier. At the other forward spot, Dennis Johnson, a senior, number 5. And at center, a sophomore, Amari Hall. The starters are announced. We're ready to get ready under action here at Southside High School. For Bishop Dwenger, their last game was a win. They beat Blackhawk Christian 77-44. For Southside, their last game was a week ago tonight where they played Carroll at Carroll, and they were defeated 87-69. That was not a good game for Southside. I was there to witness that game and call that game on Summit City Sports, and they just could not stop the three-point shooting from Carroll. See if Southside tries to continue to use the press that they have all season. Actually, check that. The starter tonight instead of Amari Hall will be number 15, Brandon Eldridge. So he'll start inside for South. Dennis Johnson, he'll control, and he'll give it up to Mikhail Stevenson. He'll drive left, pull up now, 15-footer, and it's good. Southside will not press here. Actually, it looks like they're going to set into a, yes, now they'll get into their press. Easily broken by Dwenger. Dwenger will get it over. Number 4, I believe that is Campbell Donovan. He misses and controlled by Southside. Stevenson shoot. His shot's off and rebounded by number 10, Pettenberg, and he'll bring it up for Bishop Dwenger. He's cut off by Courtney Shorter. Now the left side. Once again, a three-pointer on the way by Campbell Martin, and he misses, and Shorter will bring it up. It's deflected, and he'll lose it out of bounds. So Campbell Donovan with 2 three-pointers from the left baseline, neither one any good. Southside leads by 2 with 7:08 remaining here at Southside High School. Donovan now has it again. He'll get up to Conlon Martin. Martin crosses over the timeline, and he'll get it up to number 22. His shot is off. That shot was by Smitley, and Southside controls. Didier averaging 21 points a game, three-point shooter, good. Didier comes into the game averaging 21 points a game, 4 rebounds and 4 assists. He had a huge game against Northside earlier this season. Dwenger gets it over, and Smithley steps on the sideline, and Southside will get the ball back, leading 5-0 with 6:33 remaining here in the first quarter. Dennis Johnson to inbounds. Like I said, Dennis Johnson was the winner of the raffle earlier, where he got to smash a pie in the face of one of the teachers. Not a good idea for that teacher, considering he's the quarterback on the football team. There's a long three-pointer missed by Didier and controlled by Conlon Martin. Quickly up to Donovan. He'll go up. His shot's off the backboard, and Dennis Johnson comes up with the rebound and gives it up to Trajan Didier. He'll drive in. His shot's off the side and back to Didier. He'll get it, and not sure. Oh, Conlon Martin touched the ball while out of bounds, and Southside will get the ball back. Didier to inbounds for South, right in front of the Dwenger bench. He'll find Shorter all the way across the court. Donovan, that will be a tough assignment for him. Courtney Shorter, long and fast. Southside had one of the toughest early season schedules you could have, where they played Zionsville, Brownsburg, and Northside to start the season. Didier now guarded by Conlon Martin, left baseline to Shorter. Shorter will reverse it. Ball fake, nothing there. Backdoor cut by Dennis Johnson. He gets hammered, but there's Brandon Eldridge to clean it up, and he scores. Eldridge has slowly but surely been getting better each game that I have seen him this year. He does a great job on the boards, and he's kind of a garbage man around the basket. He's just there for every loose ball. Him and Dennis Johnson work really well together under the basket, even though they're undersized. Pettenberg controls now for Bishop Dwenger. 3-2 zone by Southside. Right side, Smitley back up top to Pettenberg. He'll drive in, it's cut off. Donovan doesn't shoot it, back to Pettenberg. Pettenberg back to Donovan. He will shoot it this time, and he misses, but it's rebounded by Smitley off the weak side. So Smitley scores, and Dwenger's on the board. Didier right side. Now he looks for Eldridge. Eldridge sets the screen, and Didier goes back out front. Didier drives in the lane, gives it up to Stevenson, who loses control. Now to Didier. He'll shoot the three-pointer. That's right on line and good. Didier last game against Carroll had 6 three-pointers. He'll steal the inbounds. He'll go in with the layup and score. Timeout, Bishop Dwenger. 4:43 remains in the first quarter, with the Archers leading by 10, 12-2 over Bishop Dwenger. Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have any questions about injury prevention and sports nutrition and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Sports Center Inc. is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Inc. is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804. Dwenger to inbounds. Conlon Martin over to Pettenberg. Now back to Conlon Martin to Smithley. Smithley to Martin. They still haven't got it over the timeline. Now to Lehrman. Back to Conlon. Boy, that was a long 10 seconds. Campbell Donovan's wild shot is off and rebounded by Brandon Eldridge. And there's going to be a foul on Smithley. So Smithley, he will pick up his first foul. The first on Dwenger. Dennis Johnson to inbounds for Southside. He'll give it to Stevenson. Stevenson will be guarded by Pettenberg. Now to Didier, right side. He'll look underneath the Brandon Eldridge, and the ball's deflected out of bounds off of number 25, Lucas Lehrman, and Southside will control. Didier inbounds as they look to get the ball up top usually on this play. Then he comes out the baseline side and shoots a three-pointer. But he'll get it into Dennis Johnson. His little bunny's off, deflected by Eldridge off the rim and controlled by Smithley for Dwenger. And Conlon Martin right down the lane. He shoots. A little bit of contact, nothing called. Shorter to control for South. And there's, oh, nice pass by Stevenson behind the back to Shorter. Southside with a huge crowd tonight here. Huge student sections really got them fired up. Campbell Donovan gets it across to Smithley, now to Pettenberg, left side. 3-2 zone by South. They're dressed in their whites. Dwenger in their navy blue with gold lettering. Smithley, he'll drive in the lane. He's cut off and then deflected, and Stevenson gets it. No numbers for South. Instead, he'll go. Oh, he finds a wide open Didier for three. And it's good. 11 points for Trajan Didier. 15-point lead by the Archers. 3:18 remains, 17-2, and a turnover. Watch out, Courtney Shorter can really get up. He turns it over, and Donovan picks it up, and he'll drive. They're going to call a block on Eldridge. So Eldridge picks up his first, the team's first, and Donovan to shoot two for Dwenger. Trajan Didier, the man of the night thus far. 11 points in the first 5 minutes. And that shot is up and good by Donovan. Zach McKenna and Passiano will enter the game for Bishop Dwenger. Lucas Lehrman and Smithley will take a seat. Can Passiano and McKenna help them get back in this game? The second one up and good. Stevenson, his shot's a little bit off, but rebounded by Courtney Shorter, left side. He looks to cross court to Didier. Didier, nobody there. He'll stop between the legs and now out to Shorter, almost over and back. Shorter will drive, now go back right. He tries to get it underneath to Dennis Johnson. Instead, he turns it over. Now Southside pushes. Conlon Martin up and swatted out of there by Eldridge. Now Shorter has it. He'll pull up. He'll shoot the three. It's off the rim. And Dwenger controls. Oh, nice try by Courtney Shorter, but he's going to be called for a reach. Shorter will pick up his first, the team's second. And DeMarque Perkins and Amari Hall to enter the lineup. Shorter and Brandon Eldridge to take a seat for Southside. McKenna to inbounds. He'll give it to Pettenberg. 2:30 remains, 17-4, Southside over Bishop Dwenger. Once again, still a 3-2 zone. Perkins will back off. Now they'll find McKenna left side, and Passiano loses control. He looked away before he caught the ball. Then he turns it over back to Southside. Now Stevenson harassed by McKenna and Pettenberg. Stevenson resets out at the double S's. Left side to Perkins. He looks underneath the Hall. He had him. He's got to go bounce pass if he's going to try to get it in there. Didier will drive right, cut off by Zach McKenna. Amari Hall has it, and he'll give it up to Didier. Didier will shoot the three-pointer from deep. It's good! Trajan Didier with 4 3-pointers in the first quarter. The lead 20-4, South Side. Dwenger just being blitzed tonight. McKenna inside to Conlon Martin to Paciano. He'll cut through two guys, and his wild shot is off. And Didier has the ball. 1:20 remains. Perkins now has it right side for South. He'll drive in the lane. He'll stop. He travels. He switched pivot feet. Bishop Dwenger having a hard time with the press and trying to figure out who's going to guard Trajan Didier. Coach Kostoff instructing his guys, let's get in the right offense. Let's get a good shot. Conlon Martin now up to Paciano, and he'll get it. Oh, deflected, but picked up by Donovan. Pettenberg now way out top. Dwenger just looks out of sorts. No rhythm on offense. I think that's mostly caused by the good defense that Southside's playing right now. McKenna now to Conlon Martin. Conlon Martin really needs to be the one controlling the offense. And he'll have an opportunity to shoot a three. He's a good shooter, and it's good. Conlon Martin scores his first 3 points of the game. He's a senior. And it's 20-13. Southside, and they're going to call a hook on Amari Hall. That will be his first, the team's third. 40 seconds remains. Southside leads by 13, 20-7 over Bishop Dwenger. Pettenberg gets the inbounds. Now he'll stop and reverse it to Conlon Martin. Now to McKenna, back to Martin. Martin to Paciano, and deflected by Stevenson. He's going to need to, good reverse spin move, and it's good. The steal leads to 2. Southside back up by 15. McKenna has it, now back to Martin. Martin across the timeline, drives baseline, cut off by Amari Hall. Pettenberg has it. We're down to 10 seconds. Not much movement by the Dwenger offense. Now Donovan has it way up top. We're under 5. He'll shoot a long three. It's off the rim, rebounded by Conlon Martin. If it goes, it's good, and it's no good. At the end of one, it's 22-7. Southside over Bishop Dwenger. Trajan Didier in that first quarter, he hit 4 3-pointers and has 14 points already to lead all scorers here. He's outscoring the Bishop Dwenger team. SummitCitySports.com is proud to partner with the News Sentinel, Allen County's oldest continuously operated business, bringing you the most comprehensive high school athletic coverage in the area. The News Sentinel is available for delivery 6 times a week in Allen County and always online at www.newssentinel.com. What a start for the Archers. I've done 5 home games here at Southside, and I have never seen the crowd as large and loud as it is tonight. I talked to the athletic director, Tim Burton. I said, did you okay it for everybody to come to the game tonight? He said he sure did, and it's worked thus far for Southside. Southside will have on the court, they'll have Hall, Eldridge, Didier, Shorter, and Stevenson. Donovan, Martin, McKenna, Richardson, and Pettenberg for Dwenger. Grant Richardson comes into the game. He's left-handed. He's actually a baseball commit to IU. So we've had a couple Division I players here tonight. Now one on the boys, one on the girls. Darshana Nathan, she'll go to Western Wyoming next year and play basketball. And now we've got Grant Richardson on the court. He's an outstanding left-handed pitcher for the Jason Garrett's baseball team. And center fielder. And he can hit a little bit. So IU is getting themselves a real good talent. Pettenberg now, he'll drive right to the top of the key. He's cut off to Conlon Martin, left side. His 3-pointer's off and rebounded by Eldridge. Eldridge will give it up to Stevenson. Stevenson dribbles into a double team and dribbles it off the foot of the Dwenger player, and Donovan will bring it up. He's bumped by Eldridge, and he'll shoot 2. Eldridge second, team's 4th. Donovan will shoot 2. Looks like Eldridge will take a seat here, and Dennis Johnson will replace him. His first one's up and good. Eldridge will take a seat, and Dennis Johnson returns. So Donovan here, he's got another free throw. He has 3 points. Second one's up and good. Donovan's fourth, and we're going to have a backcourt violation on the inbounds pass on Amari Hall for stepping over either on the line or stepping over the line before he threw it inbounds. A lot of people here in attendance. A couple other high schools as well. Concordia, I see him here tonight. A lot of students for Southside. Conlon Martin right side up top to Pettenberg. Pettenberg loses control. Now he'll dribble. He'll give it to Conlon Martin to Donovan. Donovan underneath to Richardson. Now up top to Pettenberg. Pettenberg will drive, gives an angle to Conlon Martin. He's cut off by Stevenson. Floater in the lane, and it's no good, but it's picked up by Richardson. Pettenberg underneath to Conlon Martin. He goes up and he scores. That foul will be on Courtney Shorter, his second. The fifth on South. Martin shoots one. Amari Hall will take a seat. DeMarque Perkins will return for Southside. South leads by 11, 22-11. 6:55 remains here in the first half. Martin's shot is up and good. He used all the rim on that. Martin with 6, the lead back down to 10. Too much dribbling by Stevenson right there. He keeps getting caught in those double teams. Shorter has it. He'll back it out to Stevenson. Stevenson will shoot a long three. Good! He shot that one from about 21 feet. Dwenger, no hurry to get across the timeline. Now they do. McKenna gives it up to Pettenberg. He'll drive in the lane. His left-handed shot wild off the backboard. Picked up by Shorter. Now Dennis Johnson have it. Gives it up to Perkins. Perkins will drive right in the lane and give it to Didier, right baseline. He'll reset. 25-12, Southside leads. Shorter against the smaller Conlon. He stops, picks up his dribble, finds a cutting Stevenson. He'll get in the lane. I'll give it up to Dennis Johnson, and he'll have a layup, and they'll call a travel. Coach Novell not liking that call for Southside. It was actually a real good possession for Southside. Good ball movement, got it all the way around the court, and just that little turnover there at the end cost him. Now, pickoff by Southside. Oh, that should have been over and back, but no call. And we continue play with 5:57 remaining. Stevenson feeling it from three-point. It's way off. Hits the front of the rim, and Dennis Johnson gives it. He'll give it to Perkins. Perkins just a line shot. I don't know if he lost control of the ball or what. Dennis Johnson guarding Donovan. And then Dennis Johnson comes up with it. Courtney Shorter comes up. He kicks it across court to the red-hot Didier. Oh, in and out. Foul on the floor on Bishop Dwengers. I believe it's Zach McKenna. That is McKenna's first. The team's second. Into the game, Smithley again for Bishop Dwenger. And McKenna will take a seat. Shorter checks out. And Everett Merritt will replace him. Everett Merritt's really a slasher. He likes to get to the hoop. He can get up off the court. He's got some hops. He's just a sophomore. Dennis Johnson now against Donovan. Now Didier left side against Richardson. He's not going to drive on Richardson. Stevenson way up top. He'll reset. 5 minutes remain. Southside leads by 13, 25-12. Perkins on Richardson and almost taken away by Richardson. Perkins, oh, that's a double dribble. And quickly Shorter will return to the lineup for Southside, and he'll replace Perkins. And that's why coaches have short hair, ladies and gentlemen, and gray hair. Plays like that. Dwenger now inbounds Pettenberg. Pettenberg to Smithley. Smithley looking back to Pettenberg. They'll find him. Now to Smithley. Nice break of the press. Conlon Martin drives baseline, and that'll be a foul on Everett Merritt. His first, the team's sixth. Dwenger to inbounds under their own basket. 4:47 remains. Dwenger will set four up at the top. They'll look to find a cutter. They do. They find Smithley. He'll shoot a 12-footer. It's off. Rebounded by Richardson. His left-handed shot's off. And picked up by Everett Merritt. No over and back. No over and back. You got to have all 3 points across the line. He did not, so Southside will retain possession. Coach Kostoff wanted an over and back. Good call no call by the official. Didier now goes around to the right side, cut off by Conlon Martin. Dennis Johnson has it way up top, and now he dribbles it off the leg of Conlon Martin out of bounds. See if he's all right over there. He took a hard spill. Merritt checks out. Amari Hall re-enters. Southside comes into this game 4-7 on the season and 2-3 overall in the conference. Coach Kostoff's telling Pasiano, you got to go check in, young man. Didier inbounds to Johnson. He's looking to get the ball to his point guard. He picks it up. Nobody there. Gives it to Amari Hall. Amari Hall to Shorter. Right side. Shorter will look to go. Nothing there, and he'll give it up to Stevenson. Stevenson, too much dribbling for Southside right now. They got to move the ball around the perimeter, get a ball reversal, and find somebody else. And that's a throwaway by Amari Hall. Not a good night for Amari Hall thus far. Dwenger can cut into the 13-point lead right here, and Eldridge is going to come back in with those 2 fouls. We'll have a timeout on the court. See if we have a 30. It's 30-second timeout by Southside. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Sports Center Inc. is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Inc. is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804. The timeout is over, and Dwenger will have the ball. They will have Smithley, Pasiano, Pettenberg, Martin, and Donovan on the court. For Southside, they will have Didier, Shorter, Stevenson, Dennis Johnson, and Eldridge. Smithley right side up top to Conlon Martin. See if he'll look to shoot here. He doesn't to Donovan. Donovan now around to the top. To Pettenberg. Back to Donovan. Back to Pettenberg. Pettenberg has yet to shoot. Pasiano just has no hands under the basket. He's lost all 3 balls that have thrown to him. Perkins will come in. He'll replace Didier. It looked like Brandon Eldridge when he dove for the ball there. Actually dove and was out of bounds. Conlon Martin to Trigger. He gives it to Pettenberg. Now to Smithley. Back to Pettenberg. All the way around now to Conlon Martin. Out to Donovan. He's open. No shot. But Conlon Martin will take the 3, and it's in and out. Shorter comes up with the ball. No numbers for South. He'll wisely stop. Now he'll drive. Nobody there. His runner's off the backboard. No good. Pasiano controls for Dwenger. Almost picked off by Shorter. Donovan will drive baseline. Good driving. Better block by, I believe it was Brandon Eldridge. That's his second block. Oh, Stevenson, nice move in the lane. Then he scores. Stevenson now with 9. The lead back to 15. Dwenger just no answer for Southside speed and aggressiveness. It's kind of like the girls' game. Conlon Martin up top, now to the left side to Pettenberg. Pettenberg has yet to shoot. Pasiano underneath, he'll go up. He didn't get his feet underneath him, and then Conlon Martin will be called for the reach after Dennis Johnson got the ball. So that'll be first one on Martin, third on the team. Southside to inbounds with 2:24 remaining. So Shorter will go to the bench for Southside, and the red-hot Trajan Didier will come out. Johnson to Trigger. He gives it inside gives it to his point guard, Stevenson. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com. Bad pass by Stevenson. He got caught in the air. Now Conlon Martin goes to the hoop, and he scores. He has 8 now for Dwenger. Perkins will shoot a 12-footer, no good. He gives it up to Stevenson, back over the right side to Didier, guarded by Smithley. He'll drive in. His runner will be off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Eldridge. His left-handed shot's no good. Pasiano comes up with it, and he's bumped by Perkins. Perkins first, the team's 7. So Pasiano to shoot 1 and 1. Coach Didier for Bishop Dwenger over there having some words with his guards, Martin and Pettenberg. They just haven't figured out how to get inside that 3-2 zone that Southside's running on defense. 1:47 remains in the first half. This first one is up. The rim's in. Nice shot. Back into the lineup for Dwenger will be McKenna, and Pettenberg will take a seat. Lehrman to return at the next dead ball. He's coming in for the shooter. And his shot is in and out and rebounded by Dennis Johnson out of Stevenson. South looks to push. Can they extend this lead? They're up by 12, been up as many as 15. There's a turnover on, and now picked back up by South. Eldridge gets it, and he's hacked. And then he picks up actually Dennis Johnson was hacked, and Eldridge came flying in, caught it in the air, and shot it and scored. Lead back to 14. We have 1:20 remaining here in the first half at Southside High School. Conlon Martin cross court to McKinnon. Now to Donovan. Wide open three-pointer. Oh, he's just been off a little bit. Hard off the rim every single time. Now McKenna will try a three. It's off the rim. Picked up by Pasiano, and he's fouled by Didier. Didier's first, the team's 8th. 1:05 remains. Southside leads 29-15 over Bishop Dwenger. Pisano now he'll shoot 1-1. Lehrman looking to check in for him. His first one's up and off the front of the rim, and Lehrman will stay there at the scorer's table. Southside controls. Stevenson getting away with some crazy dribbling tonight. He crosses over and loses control, and that's a travel. Not called. Coach Kostoff wants a travel and should have been rewarded a travel. Instead, I believe we'll have a jump ball on the court. Lucas Lehrman returns for Bishop Dwenger. 52 seconds remain. South in control by 14. Inbounds to Dennis Johnson. See if now they're going to go ball reversal all around to Didier. That's a good move. He had Eldridge underneath, but wisely returned it up to the top to Stevenson. His crossover, he's just dribbling too much. Southside will inbounds once again. Dennis Johnson, he's usually the inbounds guy. One shot now called by Coach Novell. They'll go for one. Donovan against Stevenson, now to Dennis Johnson, now to Eldridge. Eldridge now to Didier, nothing there, and we're going to have an offensive foul on Perkins. Perkins will pick up his second, team's 9th. Dwenger will have a chance to cut into this lead with 25 seconds remaining. Get it into Donovan, now over to Smithley. Smithley looks for him, and they can't find him, gets it back to Donovan. Back to Smithley. Smithley got away with a travel. Donovan hammered by Perkins. Perkins' third foul. Bad foul by DeMarque Perkins, just a junior. See if maybe they might bring Everett Merritt in just to finish out this first half. Donovan at the line shooting 2. His first one is good. He has 5 all from the foul line. He's missed 3 3-pointers. Second one up and good. We've got 10 seconds remaining. South leads by 12. Stevenson needs to have the ball in this possession. Down to 5, 4, and they're going to get called for a carry. Stevenson gets called for the carry. 3.4 seconds remains. Southside hits a 3 here. They'll get this into single digits. Conlon Martin to inbounds. He'll find McKenna. They went back. They can't go back to go forward. Conlon Martin's three-pointer's on the way and short and out of bounds. And that's how the first half will end, with Southside leading 29-17. Southside paced and scoring by Trajan Didier, who had 14 points in the first quarter. He went 4 for 4 from three-point line. So at half, 29-17 Southside over Bishop Dwenger. You're watching high school basketball brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Welcome back to Don Reichert Gymnasium on the campus of Southside High School, where the Archers lead Bishop Dwenger 29-17. Both teams will return to the court, and they're getting ready for second half action. Here's the scoring in the first half. First for Bishop Dwenger, Smithley has 2. Donovan has 6. Conlon Martin with 8. And Nick Pesiano off the bench with 1. For Southside, they have Mikhail Stevens. He has 9. Courtney Shorter has 2. Brandon Eldridge has 4, leading all scorers in this game. Trajan Didier with 14 points. 4 3-pointers in the first quarter for him. He did not score in the second quarter, but he's the one that really made the game get extended out to a big lead. At one point, Southside did have a 15-point lead. Both teams back out on the court now. We've got, for Southside, we'll have Dennis Johnson, Miguel Stevenson, Brandon Eldridge, Courtney Shorter, and that guy, Trajan Didier. For Bishop Dwenger, they'll start Pettenberg, Passiano, Martin, Smithley, and Donovan. So Lucas Lehrman will not be in the starting lineup here in the second half. He's actually over there working a calf muscle, so maybe he got injured in that first half. Pettenberg now to Conlon Martin, way over to Donovan, almost throws it out of bounds. Now cross court all the way back to Conlon Martin. Donovan runs the baseline. Nice look underneath the Passiano. His little 2-footer is good. Bacinio with his first bucket of the night, and he has 3, and the lead's down to 10. The first 5 minutes really of the second half will be huge for Bishop Dwenger. If they can get back in the game, that'll be a good sign for them, because they did not play well in that first quarter. Shorter with a lot of dribbling. He picks it up, gives it up to Stevenson. Stevenson will drive right in the lane and give it up to Eldridge, and I believe they're going to call a foul. They do, and I think it was on the floor. Bacinio with his first, the team's first. Didier to inbounds, and now he'll find Stevenson. Now he'll come out the right side baseline. Look underneath, right to the top. Oh, nice pass over to Courtney Shorter. Shorter's 14-footer is good. The lead back up to 12. Passiano, he gets it in. Now he'll give it into Conlon Martin. And now Smithley will drive baseline. He'll get in the lane. His shot's off again. Passiano with the rebound, and he scores. Passiano with 2 quick buckets here in the first half. Stevenson, too much dribbling. Can't drive in there when there's 3 guys guarding you. He got bailed out on the ball. It was deflected out of bounds. Little out of control is the sophomore. Now he'll reset. He's guarded by Pettenberg. Stevens will come around to the right side to Courtney Shorter. Looks to go cross court, nothing there. He'll drive back down to the baseline. He's cut off and then blocked by Bishop Dwenger's Passiano. So Passiano had a rough start to the game where he had 3 balls that were thrown right to him, deflect and go out of bounds, or were turnovers. This half he's come out to play. He's got 2 quick buckets. He's blocked the shot, and he's helped them break the press. Martin picks up his dribble, now to Pettenberg, over to Donovan, now to Conlon Martin. He'll shoot a 3. Looks good, and it is. Conlon Martin into double figures, and now Stevenson turns it over. Pettenberg reverse. Conlon Martin feeling it. Good again. Lead down to 4. What once was a 15-point lead is now down to 4. Shorter left baseline. He'll look for Didier. And a timeout by Southside. Archers came into this game averaging 71 points a game. The bigger issue is they're giving up 77. Bishop Dwenger came into this game scoring 58 and giving up 51. We have 5:47 remaining here in the third quarter. The Archers lead by 4, 31-27 over Bishop Dwenger. Earlier tonight, we saw the Southside Lady Archers defeat the Bishop Dwenger Lady Saints 45-40 in what was a pretty good game. Southside got up early, stayed ahead, and never really let Dwenger get back in the game. But Dwenger just stayed in it, had a good game from Josie Kolkman, and only lost by 5 points. For those two teams, they look to move on to sectional play next week, where Bishop Dwenger's Lady Saints will play February the 1st at 6 p.m. against Garrett at Concordia High School. For Southside, they'll have to wait for the game on February the 1st, where Jay County and Homestead will play. Then they will play the winner of that game February the 2nd at Homestead at 7:30. So Southside Lady Archers stuck in a tough draw with the Homestead Lady Spartans. South to inbound, see if they get a good shot out of the timeout. Amari Hall checked in, and Brandon Eldridge will take a seat. He's got it way up out top. He'll get it and give it up to Dennis Johnson. This is a spot Dennis Johnson does not like to play, way outside. He'll drive in. No call there. His shot's off and picked up by Dwenger. Pettenberg to Donovan. Oh, he thought he was going to get blocked. And it isn't, but Pettenberg scores. Lead down to 2. Dennis Johnson has it up top, now to Shorter. He'll shoot the three-pointer. Good! Shorter now with 7. Lead back to 5. Has Southside weathered the storm? We'll see. Smithley now into the lane. He gives it up to Pasiano. He'll go up. He's bumped by Amari Hall, and he'll shoot 2. That'll be Hall's first, the team's first. Pasenio will shoot 2. Pacino now, he's had a good second half. He scored 4. Couple inside offensive rebound that led to scores. His first one's up and good. Shorter takes a seat, and Perkins will enter the game for Southside. Good crowd here at Southside High School. We had a really good halftime entertainment. I'm pretty sure about 70 girls from Southside got on the floor and did a dance. And it was pretty cool. It was quite entertaining, and they were all in sync. How they got 70 girls to all get in sync that quick and do a really cool halftime show was just amazing. Looks like Amari Hall's bleeding from the mouth, and so he'll have to take a seat, and they'll bring Brandon Eldridge in. Amari Hall going with the trainer. Now Eldridge finds Stevenson. Yeah, still just too much dribbling. What's happening with Stevenson is he's just getting too deep. He gets into that lane. He gets triple teamed. This time he's going to get bailed out on a foul by Conlon Martin. It's okay to get in there as long as you know where you're going, and right now he doesn't. Didier inbounds to Stevenson, right side. 4:40 remains. South leading by 3. Eldridge out top, now to Dennis Johnson. Now to Perkins, left side. Perkins has it. He gets it inside to Dennis Johnson. Now to Brandon Eldridge, and he scores. Eldridge with his 6th point. South back up by 5. I don't think Pasenio remembered that Eldridge was actually left-handed. Looks like we got a 30-second timeout on the court by Bishop Dwenger. Coach Kostoff saw the 10 count was going to be called, and he'll call a timeout. Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have any questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Well, the boys' season's just halfway done. So this is a midway point for the boys. The girls, on the other hand, they're going into postseason next week. When the girls are at state, the boys will be beginning their sectional play. After the timeout, Dwenger will have the ball right in front of Coach Novell for Southside. Martin inbounds to Pettenberg. Southside goes to a straight man-to-man full court press. Problem is Didier forgot it was man-to-man. Martin right side, up top to Donovan. He'll look for Pettenberg and find him. Pettenberg really has yet to shoot a jump shot. The deflection goes to Smitley. His ball is deflected and over to Passiano, and he scores. Bacinio again. Conlon Martin going to be called for the foul, his third, the team's third. And Martin will go to the bench, and McKenna will replace him. Dennis Johnson to inbounds. He can't find anybody. Now he'll throw it all the way back to Stevenson, who will bring it up. 3:48 remains. Southside leads 36-33. Johnson against Pettenberg. The 5 counters on. They give it up to Didier. Didier driving the lane. His little floater's no good. Off the backboard and rebounded by Pettenberg. Didier has yet to score since the hot first quarter where he had 14. There's a foul on Dennis Johnson. Shorter returns for Southside. He'll replace Perkins. That foul's on Dennis Johnson. His second, team second. Pettenberg now to Smithley. Smithley started out the game pretty good. He'll give it up to McKenna, guarded by Didier. Now Didier comes out, contests him, and he gives it up to Donovan, now to Smithley. McKenna will try a three from the right wing. It's going to roll around and out. Gets his own rebound and scores. Zach McKenna scores. That's his first two. We've got a 1-point game. Stevenson's caught on the arm by Donovan. So the drive for Stevenson, Donovan fouls him. That'll be his first, team's fourth. Trajan Didier to inbounds. He gets it, Dennis Johnson, right wing. Dennis Johnson, no threat to shoot from the outside, but this guy is. Trajan Didier drives baseline, cut off. He'll step back and shoot and score! I think that was just a two-pointer. Smithley caught with a foul. So yes, he was just a two-pointer. The bucket counted, and he'll shoot one. Didier's free throw is good. He has 17 in the game, and Dwenger will inbounds. Smithley to inbounds. To Pettenberg, back to Smithley. He'll look up and give it to Pettenberg, back to Smithley, now to McKenna. McKenna finds a cutting Pacinio, and he'll go up, lay it up, and good. Pacinio, who didn't start, now has 11 points. He came in for Lucas Lehrman and basically has played the rest of the way. 2-point game. Shorter drives in. He has just some hops. He's tough to stop. Shorter with his 9th point. Lead back to 4. Smithley drives. He's cut off. Looks left side to McKenna. His three's on the way. Good! McKenna now with 5 and the lead back down to 1. This game was a 15-point game early in the second quarter. Didier now right side. He'll pull up and shoot a three. It's on its way. Good! Didier with 20 points. He has 5 3-pointers. Now Dwenger can push. Smithley looks. He'll get in the lane. He'll go up. His runner's no good. Rebounded by Dennis Johnson. And now Pacinio, he'll have a foul. And he has a few words with Dennis Johnson. Dennis Johnson said, I'm okay with that. I play football. I like to rough it up a little bit. Perkins will come in. He'll take Eldridge's spot. Grant Richardson enters the lineup for Dwenger. He'll take Pacinio's spot. Yeah, I think Lucas Lehrman must be injured. He hasn't come off the bench. I believe he got injured right before halftime. Didier, he'll look to shoot. Cut off there by McKenna. They'll call McKenna for a hold. McKenna with his second, the team's sixth. One more foul on Bishop Dwenger, and Southside will be in the bonus for the rest of the game. Actually, they are in the bonus. 101, Trajan Didier. Didier to shoot, and it's good. Didier with 21. Trajan Didier actually was in one of the strangest plays we've had all year around here when they played Northrop. Northrop actually won the game, but they got a technical after the buzzer. Both teams were shaking hands, and the officials awarded Trajan Didier 2 technical shots. He hit them both. We went to overtime, and Southside beat Northrop. McKenna again with a three-pointer. I'm not sure who they're going to call this foul on. It looks like it's on Southside's Perkins. So Perkins picks up his fourth, the team's third. Dwenger will inbounds. Let's see who he brings in here. He might bring in Amari Hall. McKenna has it. Nobody picks him up, so he'll shoot a three. It's short and picked up by Mikhail Stevenson. Once again, Mikhail Stevenson gets away with dribbling too much. Deflected out of bounds by Grant Richardson. And Southside controls under their own basket. They're going to run a 1-4 across the baseline with Didier inbounding. Here's a screen by Dennis Johnson. Nothing there. Up top to Perkins. Perkins will go on the dribble against McKenna. Crossover, 15-footer. Hard off the backboard and rebounded by Grant Richardson. And that'll be it for Perkins. Perkins fouls out with 48 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And Brandon Eldridge will replace him. Perkins just a little out of control tonight on both the offensive and defensive ends. McKenna to trigger for Dwenger. He gets it to Pettenberg, back to McKenna, now over to Smithley. Right side across the timeline. He'll drive baseline, nobody there. He'll give it up to Richardson, now over to Donovan. Donovan backs it out, 37 seconds remains. Conlon Martin, he's the reason why I believe McKenna's out there. Good look inside to Smithley. His left-handed shot is good. Smithley scores. He's got his fourth. The lead back down to 4. Eldridge now to Didier. Under 20 seconds to play. He's guarded by McKenna. He better stay out there on him. Now the count starts on him. 5-second count is on. He'll drive. Bump by McKenna. Gives it up to Dennis Johnson. Drives baseline. Floater deflected out of bounds with 4.3 seconds to go. Southside will have the ball under their own basket. Coach Novell really coaching, and the official telling him to get back in his box. Didier to inbounds. He'll find Stevenson. He'll pull up, shoot a three. It's on its way. And good! So Stevenson with a big three-pointer right at the buzzer. Southside leads 49-42 here at Southside High School. You're watching high school basketball, brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Summit City Sports is proud to partner with the New Sentinel, Allen County's oldest continuous operating business, bringing you the most comprehensive high school athletic coverage in the area. The New Sentinel is available for delivery 6 times a week in Allen County and always online at www.newsentinel.com. Sports Center Inc. is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Inc. is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Here we go, one of the treats of all games, the old candy throw. Actually, it's suckers. Not sure these cheerleaders have the arm to reach me all the way up here, but I could use one right now. Nope, they do not. The official actually got one, and he threw it into the stands. They're cleaning up a mess under one of the baskets. I believe there might have been some blood on the court. Wow, a sucker actually made it all the way up here to us. There's the whistle. Looks like both teams are ready to get back out on the court for fourth quarter. On the court for Southside, you got Stevenson, Johnson, Eldridge, Didier, and Shorter. Dwenger will put out there in the fourth quarter Pettenberg, Conlon Martin, Zach McKenna, Grant Richardson, and Donovan. We'll see how long they wait to bring Pacinio back in the game. He had a very good third quarter. Dennis Johnson to trigger. He'll go across court to Courtney Shorter, who'll give it up to Stevenson, guarded by Pettenberg. Stevenson hit a big three at the end of that third quarter to give Southside this 7-point lead. Wow, Conlon Martin went down. I hope he's okay. He didn't even get touched, and he just went down. Didier, on the other hand, gets fouled on the drive. I think it's going to be out of bounds. No, 2 shots on the floor. We'll see who the foul was on. So on 12, Grant Richardson. 1-1 will be Didier at the line. Conlon Martin fell down awkwardly on that play. He wasn't even touched. Didier shoots and scores. Didier leads all scorers with 23 points. Here's the second one. Up and good. Lead back up to 8. Richardson back to McKenna. McKenna will go all the way around the right side to Conlon Martin. He's trapped over there. Will he get it across? No, they do, and then it's deflected. Now Shorter picks it up. He wisely backs it back out. He'll hit Didier. 3-pointer on the way. That's going to be wide left. Offensive rebound to Eldridge. Out to Stevenson. He'll back it out. Against Stevenson, he'll go in and give it off to Shorter. Shorter's three's on the way, in and out, and Pettenberg comes up to the rebound. They look to push. Will he kick it back out? He'll drive. His runner's off and rebounded by Dennis Johnson. Johnson will bring it up. Nobody picks him up. He'll give it up to Shorter, now to Stevenson. 7:04 remains. Southside leads by 9. He'll get it inside to Eldridge. Dennis Johnson. He'll shoot it and miss. Picked up by Richardson. He'll give it up to Conlon Martin, who will bring it up. Martin will go in the lane, reach. They're on Shorter, nothing called. McKenna for 3, and it's good from the right baseline. Zach McKenna with 8 points. Southside trims the lead back to 6. Turnover Southside. Look, then a turnover on Bishop Dwenger. Coach Novell does not like the play of Trajan Didier right now, turning the ball over. Zach McKenna, he was a former baseball player. I remember watching him and his sister when they were just little pups playing at Georgetown Little League. Didier all the way left side, about 25 feet away from the basket. He'll drive, top of the key, deflected, picked up by Eldridge. Back to Didier. Didier will drive. He gets in the lane. His runner's good. Dwenger has no answer for Mr. Didier tonight. He's looking to get into the 30-point range tonight. Southside continues to press. They break it. Dwenger does. Conlon Martin in the lane, and it's good. That was Donovan. Campbell Donovan. He hits the shot. He's fouled. That foul's on Dennis Johnson. That'll be his third. The team's fourth. And Pacinio, he comes back in for Grant Richardson for Dwenger. He had a hot third quarter. And Martin can shoot and make this a 5-point game. He does. Now Dwenger will press. It's a good move. Pacinio against the shorter Didier. Now Didier out to Stevenson. He splits that double team, gives it up to Dennis Johnson, and he scores. Lead back to 7, 55-48, 5:31 remains. underneath the Pacinio. The ball's knocked away, given back to Conlon Martin. Shoots a three. It's off the rim and rebounded by Brandon Eldridge. He'll give it up to Shorter. Shorter will be wise just to kick it out. Instead, he'll go underneath to Dennis Johnson, who will find a wide open Didier. Good! Timeout, Bishop Dwenger. Actually, Southside will call the 30-second timeout. Didier, three, makes the lead 10 once again for Southside. Trajan Didier on the night has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3-pointers and has has 29 points this evening. He had 30-some against Northside earlier this season. With 5:13 remaining here at Don Reichert Gymnasium at Southside High School. The Archers lead by 10, 58-48 over the Dwenger Saints. Both of these teams, they'll have a week off before they get back to action. For Southside, they'll go on the road to Jay County on February the 2nd, and they will play at 7:30 against Jay County. For Bishop Dwenger, on February the 2nd, they will play Fort Wayne Snyder at home. Big game for Snyder. See how Snyder fared tonight against Carroll. That could really shake up the SAC standings. If they lost to Carroll tonight, that would put Northside back in the running, possibly to win the SAC crown. Dangerous pass by Martin over to Donovan. He gets it, goes in the lane and scores. Donovan now in double figures with 11. The lead back to 8. We're 4:45 remains. Stevenson gets cut off. He'll give it to Dennis Johnson. One thing, Dennis Johnson, he just doesn't get shook out there at any point. He keeps his head. He does a really nice job. And now he'll drive on Pacinio, and he just dribbles away from him. Good job. And then he'll turn it over. Pettenberg against Stevenson. He'll reverse it, go in the lane, give it up. He can't touch it. It goes out of bounds off of Courtney Shorter. And Dwenger will retain possession. 8-point lead for Southside. 4:23 remains there in the game. Southside at one point led by 15. Smithley right at about a 14-footer, and it's good. Smithley was 6, the lead down to 6. 4:12 remains here at Southside High School. Good crowd on hand. Great student section tonight. A lot of good atmosphere here at Southside as a lot of students attended. Those cross-court passes they have to be really careful of, especially if they get deflected, and that's one of them right there. A diagonal pass down to Dennis Johnson, and he goes off his hand and out of bounds, and now Dwenger can cut into this lead. Pettenberg has it for Dwenger. He backs up, now looks for Smithley. Cross the timeline, right baseline to Donovan. Up top to Pettenberg. Conlon Martin, he's got a three-pointer if he wants it. He'll shoot it. It's off hard. And there's a foul on, I'm not sure who they've called this on because two Dwenger players looked disgusted that it was called on them. That's on number 4, Donovan. That'll be his second, the team's 9th. Eldridge to shoot it. He's left-handed. He shoots a little bit of a corkscrew type shot where it spins kind of sideways. And there it is. It's up and hard off the backboard and rebounded by Dwenger. Pettenberg looks up, nothing there. Gives it over here to Donovan. Donovan left side, back to Pettenberg right side. Now across the timeline they go. Conlon Martin, he'll go in the lane. He'll score. I really like Conlon Martin. That kid's always in control. I know he's had some fouls tonight, but he always plays hard for Dwenger. Spin move by Stevenson, and it's good. Went right around the slower Pacinio. Then the lead back to 6. 3:10 remains. Smithley going to be picked off by Brandon Eldridge. Look out, we could have an alley-oop. Didier hacked on that play and almost scores. Smithley with the foul. That is his 3rd, the team's 10th. Didier will shoot 2, and even 3 minutes remains here at Southside High School. I think maybe Dennis Johnson might have sprained an ankle on that last play. Yeah, he's going to take a seat, and it looks like can't be Perkins. I thought he fouled out. Didier shoots. It's good. He has 30. Evidently, DeMarque Perkins did not have 5 fouls, and he'll return to the lineup. Didier to shoot. Number 31 for him. Didier having an outstanding night for Southside. Lead back to 8. Pettenberg almost gives up the ball. Now to Conlon Martin. Martin now to Smithley. Smithley over to Donovan. He'll shoot the 3. Left wing, good. Timeout, Dwenger. So Campbell Donovan's three-pointer cuts the lead to 5. We have 2:49 remaining here at Southside, with the Archers leading by 5, 62-57. Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and injury and education you need to advance your sports game. Have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Well, this is the last night of doubleheader action, boys and girls, in the state of Indiana, because the girls are done. Their regular season ends tonight, and they will begin postseason play next week. For Southside, they will await the winner of Homestead and Jay County, and then they'll play February the 2nd at 7:30 at Homestead High School. For the Lady Saints that played tonight, they will play February the 1st at 6 p.m. against Garrett at Concordia High School. So good luck to all of our local and regional teams in girls basketball as they head off to the state tournament. For the boys, they're halfway done. When the girls are at state, the boys will be beginning their sectional runs to the state championship. The Southside comes into this game tonight needing a win. They lost big last week to Carroll, 87-69, where Bishop Dwenger won big over Blackhawk Christian. Perkins has it, and he gives it up to Eldridge, who gives it up to Shorter. Now back to Eldridge, now to Stevenson, around the court to Eldridge. Southside doesn't really have to be in any hurry. Nice pass by Didier to Eldridge. Eldridge now with the 8. I wonder if Southside may just call off the dogs and go back and play some good half-court defense. A nice pass underneath the Pacinio, and he scores. Lead back down to 5, 2:17 remains. 2-possession game. Good handles there by Stevenson. He's guarded by McKenna. McKenna, Donovan, Martin, Pacinio, and Pettenberg out there. Didier picks up his dribble. Stevenson, Shorter, Perkins, Eldridge out on the court for South. South playing some keep away right now. We're under 2 minutes. Shorter now to Eldridge. Shorter gets it back. Nothing there. Gives it up to Stevenson. Guarded closely by Dan. Oh, pick off by Conlon Martin on a sloppy pass. And then it bounces off of Trajan Didier. And Dwenger gets a gift. Right there, they get a gift. Goes off of Didier's foot and out of bounds. A good steal by Conlon Martin. He tried to get it to Campbell Donovan, and then it ricocheted off of Didier out of bounds. Nobody guards Donovan, and he shoots a 3 and scores. Well, Campbell Donovan was cold in the first half. Now he's on fire. Lead down to 2. We've got a ball game here at Southside. Southside just simply quit attacking. 1:20 remains. Stevenson out top against McKenna. McKenna guarding him. The count is on. Nothing there. And they're going to call a reach on McKenna. His third. Stevenson will shoot the double bonus. Stevenson to shoot 2 for South. Does this game have overtime written all over it? Hard off the back of the rim. I've done 5 games here and 3 have gone to overtime. This to make it still a 1-possession game. It's up and off the back of the rim. Pacinio has it. Nice ball fake. Now he'll get it to his point guard, Pettenberg. Pettenberg back to Pacinio. Now to Conlon Martin. Donovan on the left side. Out to Pettenberg. McKenna, 3-pointer on the way. It's hard. Didier had it, lost it. Now back to Dwenger. McKenna now up top to Pettenberg. He'll look baseline to Conlon Martin. He ball fakes, 50 seconds remain. Finds Pettenberg underneath the Pissanio, and we're tied. We are tied. The clock runs here at Southside. Eldridge has it. Perkins has it now for South. Coach Neville needs to call it. Silly foul by Campbell Donovan. His third. Perkins at the line to shoot, double bonus. This game was once a 15-point lead by Southside, and now Dwenger has tied it up with 32 seconds remaining. Perkins shoots hard off the back of the rim. Southside actually has some fouls they can give up. Interesting that they don't put Shorter down there or Eldridge for an offensive board. We've got a timeout on the court by Bishop Dwenger. We're all tied up, 64-64. This was once a 15-point lead by Southside, and Dwenger has come all the way back, and I'll tell you, it's mainly because of Nick Pissanio off the bench has been just unbelievable here in the second half. And as well, Campbell Donovan has caught fire here in the second half as well. He sits his last 2 3-pointers. Campbell Donovan has 17. Pissanio has 15, and he came off the bench, I believe, for an injured Lucas Lehrman tonight. Still have a timeout. Looks like we had a full one here. Nice crowd on tap tonight here at Southside High School. They were treated to an earlier win by the girls, 45-40 over Bishop Dwenger. The Dwenger faithful that actually made the trip tonight, they're got a chance to see a good ending right here. Perkins at the line. If he makes it, South will lead by 1. 32.2 seconds to go. At the end of the first quarter, Southside led 22-7. At halftime, 29-17. At the end of 3, 49-42. Perkins now gives Southside the lead. His shot up, and the line drive is good. South pressing. Conlon Martin has it. We're down to 25 seconds. They're going to need to get it across the timeline, and they just barely do. Pettenberg has it. Now to Conlon Martin. I've got to stand up. McKenna has it. Oh, wide open Conlon Martin. Now to the left side to Donovan. He'll drive into lane. His 2-pointer's up and rebounded by Pissanio. It's up and good! I swear I heard a whistle. I swear I heard a whistle. There was definitely a whistle after the shot was made by Pissanio, which gave Dwenger the lead, 66-65. I don't know how much time's left. There's no way there's 0.6 seconds left. I would say there's about maybe 5.5, 6 seconds remaining in this game. I'm not sure. The officials are discussing what happened. I'm not sure how much time's left. Now they're going to say 6 seconds, and I believe Southside will have to go the full length of the court. What an interesting game. Everybody's on their feet now here at Southside. They're going to say 6.4 seconds. I knew as soon as the ball went through the basket, I heard a whistle immediately after it went in, and I'm not sure that anybody else heard it. We don't have instant replay here in high school basketball, so it's really difficult for anybody to know what's going on. It'll be interesting to see where they give the ball to Southside. It looks like it should be at the other end of the court, and it is. It'll be on the on the back court, back baseline. Southside will need to inbounds this ball and get it. Try to get a running start for Stevenson. This is the first lead of the entire game by Bishop Dwenger. The entire game by Bishop Dwenger. They have been behind, and Nick Pacinio comes in, has a hot second half, gives them the lead, 66-65, as another full timeout will be called by the Southside Archers. If you left, you should have stayed, because we've got a good inning coming here. Excellent game by these two teams. Both teams not turning the ball over a whole lot here in the second half, which has led to some good scoring opportunities by both teams. Dwenger came into this game averaging 58 points a game, while Southside 71. And they're almost, Southside and both teams are, Dwenger's over their average, Southside just about to their average. We'll see what happens here. If there's a foul, Southside will shoot double bonus from this point out. So let's look what we've got. We've got 66-65 Dwenger. The possession arrow favors Bishop Dwenger, and Southside has to go the length of the court and get a good shot to have an opportunity to win. Eldridge to inbounds. Interesting that they do not have Dennis Johnson on the court. He's nursing a sprained ankle. And now Grant Richardson will back off. Here comes the inbounds. They got to get something going forward. Didier has it. We're under 5. He's going to turn it over. It goes out of bounds. We have 1 second remaining. Didier tried to drive, and he bounced it off of Grant Richardson's arm, and it goes out of bounds. And we have another full timeout on the court by Bishop Dwenger. I'm not sure if I would have used that timeout. This gives Southside the opportunity now to set up a play with some coaching. This definitely favors Southside, this timeout does. What play will they? They'll have to run probably a double screen for Didier. Or will you run a double screen and run somebody to the basket and see if you can get an easy bunny in the lane? This is where it hurts not having probably their best inbouncer in Dennis Johnson. Will they have Courtney Shorter inbounds it? That's another option they'll have right here. If Stevenson takes it out, you know that they're going to look for Didier. So they'll inbounds right in front of the student section, and it's going to be Perkins to inbounds. He's had a rough night. I'm not sure if that's the guy. You want inbounds in the ball. Didier out there with Shorter. That's what I was talking about. Will they throw an alley-oop? Pacinio will guard the inbouncer. He cannot cross over that line. What will they have set up here? Here we go. They look to throw it. Now Didier will catch it. He'll shoot a long 3. Oh, it's off the rim. And Bishop Dwenger will escape with the win. 66-65. What a game. Southside leads the entire game. Dwenger comes back, leads only 6 seconds of the entire game, and they win 66-65. Wow, what a game here at Southside High School. Both fans were treated to one heck of a game. For Bishop Dwenger, they'll play February the 2nd against Snyder at home at 7:30. Southside will be on the road February the 2nd at Jay County starting at 7:30. Another great night of high school basketball here on SummitCitySports.com. Remember to follow us on Twitter at 260sports and like our Facebook page. That does it here from Southside High School. Dwenger goes on the road and wins 66-65 over the Archers. You've been watching high school basketball brought to you by SummitCitySports.com.